Hey, my little angels, come on in. Come in. I'm so glad that you're here. I've been looking forward to visiting with you. And I see we have some new people. Hi, new people. Thank you for giving my channel a chance. Please feel free to like it, to share it, to comment. I love the comments, you guys. And definitely hit that subscribe button, please. And I see my returning people too. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming back. You guys mean the world to me. You really do. And please double check and make sure you're still subscribed. I know that when my phone recently updated, I lost a bunch of people I had subscribed to, and I had to go back in and resubscribe. So if you could just take a second, make sure you're subscribed, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so this video is actually a requested video, and it's for people who are getting ready to take their exams or who are in the middle of exam taking. But I think it's going to work for anyone who has to be tested on anything. And I'm putting that in quotation marks because I'm going to tell you how I came to this video. I'm not because of my illness, I've had to give up my driver's license. I didn't have to, but morally I felt I had to. I couldn't risk a brain fog, not knowing where I am, or being confused about a rule or something while I'm driving. So, but before that, it did take me a rather long time to get my license, because when it came to taking the actual test, I froze. I would just talk myself into a panic state, and it was never real. So I remember this one time, I'm like, there has to be a way to and this was pre-ASMR discovery, and I thought there has to be a way to maybe even self-hypnosis, something to help me. And I did actually find a self-hypnosis channel specifically for driving exams. So I did listen to it. Now, but what it was, it's basically just relaxing. It's basically doing our breathing relaxation exercises. But it's changing your focus on what you're focusing on. So I tried to remember what it was like when I was in school, getting ready to write exams, and that panic that sets in just before, and that feeling like, what if I get in there and I forget everything, or what if I didn't cram enough? What if I crammed too much? Everybody has an opinion. So I'm going to teach you what I learned. I don't have any education in this field, but it's something that works for me. Okay. So before any exam, please study. Okay. Even if you only skim it, because I know what it's like when you've got 5 different subjects and you have to prioritize. Try to look over everything. Don't play it in your sleep or anything like that. But don't, when you wake up the day of your exam, make sure you have something decent in your stomach. If coffee makes you jittery, don't have coffee. If you need the coffee because you have it every day, have the coffee. Do you know what I mean? Don't do something that's going to set your body up. I'm not suggesting a big greasy breakfast that's going to give you a nervous stomach, but maybe something hearty, some fruit, definitely a carb, so that you can have your carb and protein, so that you can have your energy and an even keel and no spikes and drops. And here's my advice, okay? Don't concentrate on taking the exam. Concentrate on after. Think about how much you enjoyed that subject. Think about what you learned on that subject, okay? Think of yourself as prepared. Even if you feel like you're not fully, tell yourself you have prepared as much as you're going to. Once the day of the exam comes, you can't prepare anymore. So maximize what you have, okay? Concentrate on what you do know, all right? And if you're the type of person that gets really nervous writing your exams and it starts to get the better of you and you start to second guess everything, stop. Put your pen down. I don't care if people look at you. Put your pen or pencil down, close your eyes, and take a deep cleansing breath. In, hold it, out through pursed lips. And if you need to do that more than once, you do it more than once, okay? You're allowed to do that. Then pick your pen up and move on, okay? If you're stuck on a certain question, stop wasting your time, okay? Staring at it isn't going to make it come to you. Move on to the next, because the process of making your brain function on something else may allow that answer to come to you. Okay, you have to kind of think of your brain as a filing cabinet, and it's in there, but if you can't find that file, right, bear with me on this, if you can't find that file, but you leave it alone, you stop looking for it, and you take out the other files that you need, there's less files to go through now, and you may be able to just pick it up. Do you see what I'm saying? What I learned when I took that video on my driving test was not to focus on getting my license, was not to focus how much pressure I needed to have that license. It was how much I enjoy driving. And I do. It was focus on the freedom that I feel, focus on the knowledge I've gained. If this is your first set of exams, think of it as, okay, this is a new experience I'm about to have. And sorry guys, I've got a hair in my eye. I can feel it. This is what is going to decide how I write exams. So I'm going to focus on the positive as opposed to the negative. If this happens to be your final exam, okay, stop putting this much pressure on yourself. Final. Take the final word out. It's another exam. That's all. Okay? You've taken them before. You've done badly. You've done well. You will do well. Okay? You have experience taking this. This is nothing new for you. You're going to give yourself confidence. You're going to make your body prepared. You're going to have your brain prepared. You're going to breathe when you need to. And you're going to be confident. And that exam is going to work out for you. Okay? Also, now, if that's all you needed help with was on writing exams and getting yourself psyched up for them, that kind of thing, you can turn mute on now. Because what I'm about to say is for the people who don't do well in exams. Okay? And if you're about to write an exam, you may not want to hear this, so mute that. All right. Are they muted? Okay. So, y'all, you don't do well in exams? Okay, come here. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with your intelligence. Grades do not define your intelligence. Okay? Real world applications and what exam you take in high school, they're not going to have the same effect on your life. Okay? They're two very different things. You may not have found your niche yet. You may not have blossomed yet. You may be a real world applicator. That's where you bloom. Okay? I don't want anyone, that hair is driving me crazy. I don't want anyone feeling badly about themselves or telling themselves that they have failed. Okay? I firmly believe in the acronym for FAIL, F-A-I-L, first attempt in learning. Not everyone learns the same way. Not everyone can take an exam the same way. I'm not a teacher, but I used to teach Sunday school, and we used to give a test at the end, but I could tell my kids like which ones were good with the written, which ones were good. So I would always have a verbal portion that was equal to the written portion. And I had one girl, and she would do very, very badly on the written. But if I asked her every one of those questions, like that. So you know what? I taught First Communion and confirmation classes. And I remember saying to this child's parent, they're actually one of my favorite students. And the parent looked at me and said, "Oh, why is that? We don't hear that often." And first of all, I thought, "You're a jerk," but I didn't say that. But I'm like, they encourage other people. They constantly participate. When I look, I don't see glazed over eyes. I see effort. When other students speak, they're listening. When other students are on the right path but start to sway, they help bring them back. That matters to me. That means something. That's a good student to me. Okay. So everybody else, you can come back now. You can come back. Okay. So the other thing I want you to do when you're finished writing your exam, I want you to find a mirror. I want you to go to it and go, "Good for you." I don't care how you think you did. If you think you got every answer wrong, I still want you to look in the mirror and say, "You did this. You completed what you needed to complete. I'm proud of you. We've got this." Okay? I wish I could take the anxiety away from you guys, especially for students taking exams. There's so much pressure, and I see it with Baby Angel and her friends and her whole grade, actually. They're getting ready. This is their last year of high school, and everything is universities are looking. Okay, back off. Okay, take a breath. Your exam does not tell me the whole story about you, okay? Your exam mark does not tell me what you as a person are, all right? I know you can do this. I know you've got this, okay? You can help yourself. And if you have time to ask for extra help and you need it, do it. There's a lot of places you can get a tutoring session for free. Okay, you just have to check with your schools, and that goes for colleges and universities too. I know that for a fact, guys. And there's also stuff online you can look into. And if you've made a mistake, move on from it. Just keep going, all right? I know everyone says, read over the question. Everyone's like, yeah. No. I want you, unless you know the answer like that, read that question twice, okay, before you answer. Because sometimes you can skip over a very important word. I was watching Jeopardy last night, and Final Jeopardy question, I think it was from the 80s, but it was landmarks. And it was when the Pope was visiting, a prankster covered a letter. What letter in a historical monument did a prankster cover? Okay, so it was the L in the Hollywood sign. But one of the people, I felt so bad for her. She didn't read the question properly. And she wrote, "What is the Hollywood sign?" And the question was, what was the letter? She knew it. She just didn't she didn't answer the question correctly. So guys, always read your question. And I'm a big believer in move on to the ones you know and then go back to the hard ones. And if there's one that you're not sure of, but you're pretty sure, put a little star beside it. That's what I used to do. And then when I finished, if I had a chance to go back, I would go back. And by then my brain had gone through a lot of other facets of the exam. And I could look back at the star and say, okay, here's what I was thinking. But now that I'm thinking this way, I'm going to, be wary of changing too many answers. Sometimes your first is your right. But I'm just saying, be prepared. That's all I'm saying to you guys, okay? And know that you've got this, okay? My biggest thing is don't let the panic and the pressure overcome you, okay? You take in there whatever you need. If you need a lucky pen or pencil, you take your lucky pen or pencil. If you need a glass of water, I don't know if they'll allow that, but you can try, you know. But they can't stop you from taking deep breaths. So if you have to put that pen down, close your eyes and take your breath to get yourself refocused and recentered on the fact that you enjoy learning, that you know things that you're allowed to do. And I really, really hope this has helped with exam taking and pressures and expectations we put on ourselves. We're very, very hard on ourselves, don't you think? We should be better about that. And above all, I want you to talk to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend. If you are down on yourself, I want you to imagine what you would say to your best friend if they were saying that about themselves. And remember, I love you, I value you, I honor you, and I'm so very, very glad that you were born.